Good evening and welcome to day 8 of Bedtime Yoga for better sleep. This evening's practice is going to be focused on stretching the lower body, and I recommend, if you have them available, having a blanket and blocks to hand. If you don't have those, you could have a towel or some books, and if you don't have any, you can still do the practice, but they will make it more comfortable, especially if you're on the tighter side. We're going to begin this evening in child's pose, in a wide-kneed child's pose. And if child's pose isn't comfortable for you, you're welcome to turn this over to lie on your back for a few breaths, hugging the knees into your chest, so you're just in an upside down version of child's pose. So once your feet, your big toes are touching, your knees are near the edge of your mat, creep your hands out in front of you. And you can either stretch them all the way out and rest your head on the floor, or you can stack them up to create a slightly higher support for your forehead. Just come into the version that allows you to settle for a few breaths and arrive on your mat this evening. Letting go of whatever's been happening today. Just arriving on your mat, the sensations in your body, with attention on your breath. Let the breath move easily in and out of your nose. And we're going to rise up to a tabletop. If you're on your back, you'll make your way over to table. And as I mentioned, you might choose to grab your blanket and cushion your knees if you like that support. We're going to step your left foot forwards to the outside of your mat into lizard pose, Uttamprasthasana. Support yourself on your hands as you sink your hips forwards and down. And if it feels okay this evening, we're going to take this into a hip-focused version of lizard. So roll onto the outside of your left foot, picking up the inside of a foot, and let that left knee go out wide. Just to the degree that feels interesting. And take a few deep breaths there. And you can lower down to your forearms if you like that expression of lizard, or in fact forearms to blocks is also a nice stopping point. Or you could choose to stay on your hands if this is feeling just right tonight. Now, if you went lower, please climb your way back up. Bring that left knee back up. Reach for your blocks if you have them. We're going to stretch the left leg out, wiggle your left foot in towards just in front of its hip, and straighten it fully so you roll onto the heel. You might have to wiggle your foot forwards a bit. Now your blocks are your friends here as you lengthen out your back and start to fold over your left leg, drawing the toes up towards your chest. You could change the height of your blocks, or you may not need them at all, just depending on how comfortable you are in a fold. And the blocks can act as simple extensions of your arms so that you don't round to reach the floor. So targeting your calf and your hamstring here, give that left hip a tiny hug back and extend your chest slightly forwards and towards the front left side of your mat. Then Yogi will bend the knee and slide that left foot back next to the right, and you can step your right foot forwards. If your blocks are still there, it's a bit easier, into your lizard pose. And just like we did on the other side, support yourself on your hands and roll onto the outside of your right foot, letting the knee wing as wide as feels right for you. So this will target more into the right glutes, the external rotation of the hip. check in with your breath. And remember, these evening practices are designed to help us wind down. So if you have a competitive spirit, see whether you can come with a bit more gentleness. They're saying that if you do want to go lower, if that's really comfortable for you, not too much strain or effort, you can go lower down to the floor with your forearms, either resting on blocks halfway or all the way down. Continue to breathe in and out of your nose. If you've been moving quickly today, encourage your breath to be slower. And let's climb up onto the hands if you did go lower. Once again, utilizing your props if you have them, while you walk your right foot into the middle, just in front of its hip, and fully straight with your right leg. Inhale, get your spine really straight, be tall, and start to fold to any degree. When you start to feel your stretch, that's enough. And you could change the height of your blocks or move them entirely if they're not necessary for you. But be sure to keep this straight feeling in your back rather than overly rounding. Give that right hip a gentle pull back as you stretch your shoulders towards the front right side of your mat. Lovely, and we'll bend the front knee and slide your right foot back to meet the left. The next posture, you're going to tuck all of your toes underneath, even your little toes, and sit down onto your heels if you can. Now this can be difficult, so you've always got the option of having your hips up over your knees if your knees don't like the strain of that deep bend. So either version of toe stretch here, sitting tall. Taking a few deep breaths into the foot stretch. Relax your shoulders. Let go of your day. Now, if like me, you tend to be a little tighter in your ankles and calves and sometimes your hips, you might grab your blanket and just put it behind you. That will make sense in just a minute. We're going to lift up the knees and stretch out the legs and then just pedal out your legs. Now, if you're on a tight side, grab your blocks, bring the ground up to you, and just let this be a really loosey-goosey, easy stretch where you bend one knee, let the hip drop, and then the other one, and then go a little slower. Just trying to kind of wiggle out the tensions of your day. Alright, and then we'll make our way into a yogi squat, which is why we've got the blanket behind us. You can lift your heels up onto your blanket, set your feet a little bit wider, and then shimmy on down into yogi squat. There is other options of this pose available. You could even pop your bum on a block. That's one of my favorites, especially in the evening. Can make it a lot more accessible and comfortable for an evening practice. You could also have your heels flat on the floor if your hips and ankles are okay with it and you're not straining or forcing anything. Take some slow deep breaths in Malasana, yogi squat. And then as gracefully as you can muster, we're going to sit down. You can reach a hand back to help you. You can make your way sideways if you need to. And I'm just going to shimmy forwards a little bit. Also, now your blanket was right there. If you were using it, you can sit up on the edge of it and set your feet out wide. So you're ready for a straddle fold for the inner thighs. And take a breath in and start to lean forwards. This is where the blanket under the hips is really, really helpful, as it kind of gives you a head start in the pelvis. Rest on your hands. You could rest them on blocks. You can rest your forearms on blocks. And you could lie fully flat if that's comfortable. If you find yourself upright and really uncomfortable in this pose, our evening practices are not supposed to be too challenging in this way, so perhaps you would opt to put the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana instead, which can be still an inner thigh stretch, but a little bit more, I would say comfortable, but I'll let you decide on that one. Take some deep breaths. We'll carefully help ourselves up. On a breath in, and pull your feet in. You can move your blanket off the side of your mat and make your way over to lying down on your front, please, Yogi. So find your mat all the way down to your front. You have two options in this next posture. Let's reach the left hand around for your left foot. And option one is to rest your head on your hands as you gently pull your foot in towards you. This can be a really intense stretch for the quad and hip flexor muscles, so be very gentle here. If you're on the more flexible side and you don't feel much stretch and you would like to intensify it, you can prop up in a Sphinx pose, which is giving you a little bit of back bend there, but that will bring a deeper stretch into the front of the left leg. But only really do that if you're not feeling any sensation at all lying flat. One more deep breath in this. Gently press that left hip down into the ground. And let's release your left foot. And reach around with your right hand for your right foot. And gently pull it in. Rest your head. The option is there to take it deeper by propping up onto your left forearm if you enjoy the Sphinx variation of this stretch. But if you're getting some stretch when you're lying flat, allow yourself to have that slightly more comfortable position this evening. Gently press your right hip down and take a couple more deep breaths. And release, please. Let's shimmy on over to your back. So you'll just roll over, and if you end up off the side of your mat, do a little boogie back onto it. Extend your left leg all the way out and pull your right knee in towards you, and gently guide it across towards your left collarbone, so across diagonally across your body. Make sure the back of your neck's long, so a slight tuck of your chin towards your chest. A gentle hug in. Right knee across your chest. And then switch it out. Bring your right leg out straight. Hug your left knee up in towards you. Hold on with both hands and gently guide it across towards the right collarbone. space. Place both feet on the floor with your knees bent. Wiggle your feet out a few inches and let your knees fall in together for constructive rest. So you should have no effort of keeping the legs here. If it feels full of effort, go for a more neutral position. Make it easy. Rest your hands onto your belly and just watch the next few breaths come and go. Constructive rest, designed to be more about doing less rather than more. So release what you can release. Let yourself soften. And if you'd like to spend a little longer here, you may, of course. Otherwise, wiggle your feet back in. Hug your knees in. Take a deep breath in and out. Carefully roll to your side or rock up to sitting. Eventually sitting up tall with your hands at a prayer position in front of you. Let's take a deep breath in together and out together. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this Bedtime Yoga for Better Sleep class. For a whole month of Bedtime Yoga, be sure to check out the series. Until next time, good night.